Hi everyone, welcome. In the last video lecture, we have discussed about arrays, right? Where we have discussed what you mean by array, what are the just features of array, and how to work with array on a memory spaces, and how to represent the arrays on a memory space, and how to calculate the address, that is a memory address of an array elements on the memory space. Today let us discuss what are all the operations that are available on a one dimensional array. Operations means in the previous video I have told you that non-primitive data structures. Non-primitive data structures are having the sum of the operations. That too in a linear and non-linear. In a that word linear and non-linear, we have discussed the operations of linear data structures. And those which are operations of linear data structures are similar for one dimensional array. That operations are, one is a traversal, searching, insertion, deletion, merging and sorting. Once again I will tell you, these 6 operations are very important, you have to remember for arrays. One is the traversal, searching, deletion, insertion, merging and sorting. And what you that meaning of operations are also I have explained in that class itself. Just let us discuss from this class. We are going to discuss the algorithms as well as suitable programming examples for each the operations. For each operations, we are going to discuss the algorithms and with a suitable programming example. First thing, traversal of a linear array. What do you mean by a traversal of linear array? In the sense, we are in the traversal in the sense operation of visiting each node. Visiting each node. In a programming manner, if you want to say what do you mean by traversal, in the sense just accessing each node at least once accessing each node from LB to the UB, in the sense lower bound to upper bound, and this lower bound is a starting of an array, upper bound is a ending of an array. This is a traversal operation. Then let us see algorithm for traversal of a linear array. For algorithm, you need to represent or you need to present what are all the things you are going to use on that algorithm. You in the starting step while writing algorithm, you need to write what are all the things or elements or variables you are going to use on that algorithm. And I won't able to write all these things for every algorithm. In next classes, you are getting the length of algorithms, so it is not comfortable to write all these things. Just example I will give for this one, and in the next classes you have to write this one. Understood? Then coming to the point, algorithm, traversal algorithm. Let A be a linear array. We are in this algorithm we are using the array called A, the two linear array. Let A be a linear array. With LB and UB as lower bound, LB and UB as a lower bound and upper bound. In this algorithm, we are using an array called A, and it is having the LB and UB, that two referred as a lower bound and upper bound. Then this algorithm traverses the array applying the operation process. And one another thing, we are using the operation process here. It's just a name. Process. This operation is just a name, process. And to traverse elements of an array, we are using the operation called a process. This introduction must and should you have to mention as your knowledge for every algorithm, and it is not convenient to write this introduction for every algorithm on the next classes for me. Understood? For me it is not convenient to write on a board. So here itself I am telling you, try to write this one as your own. That should be meaningful, right? For that traversal we have the algorithm. Algorithm in the sense, you know, it's a stepwise representation of a programming. Step by step representation of a programming. For traversing or for visiting each node on a that array, we are having the algorithm step 1 and a step 2. What is there in a step 1 in the sense? For location LP to UB, that is we are applying a for loop here, that is just looping up to the condition gets false. Location should be LB to UB. For loop should be have to loop under the condition LP and UB. Up to from LP to UB it has to for loop. Location LP to UB, where the location LP and UB there, this is the bounds, and within that bounds it has to loop. What it has to loop in the sense? Process A of location. Process A of location. It has to process a of location. A is array, location is a variable which is fluctuating from LP to UB. It has to process a of location within that for loop, and then end of a for loop we have visited every nodes on a or elements on array, so exit, get exit from that algorithm or its a program. In a one example I will give you for that, for this one array A, they have given array A, and I will take some elements 10, 12, 13, 3 elements I will take. Here they said to take a LP and UP. Here LP is this one, index 0, 1, 2, UB is this one, UB, and this is a LP. Understood? This is a UB and LP. Apply the steps of algorithm for this one. On applying, we are getting for location, this is a location or a index is a location, LP to UB. LP represents your 0, UB represents you the 3. 0 to 3. Process A of location, where for loop starts with a 0 and gets incremented and runs up to 3. That means we have to process 10, 12 and 13. That is what we are saying, the visiting each nodes or visiting each elements on a given array. This is the algorithm for traversing an linear array. Let us discuss an programming example for traversing an linear array. This is a programming example to describe traversal operation of an array. Just have you just remembering the coding, C++ codings? Are you related with this one? And just observe for 30 seconds. I will give you the 30 seconds. Just observe this one. And if you are feeling this program is incomplete or else this is having any mistakes or errors in the sense, just observe it, and if any one of you thinking yes there is a mistake, yes, there is a mistake like this in the sense, just make it a comment below. Comment it below. Yes sir, I found it. Comment as a yes sir, I found it. If you are getting any mistakes here, your countdown starts now. Just 30 seconds. Just observe it neatly. Yes, your time ended. Yes, here there is a small mistake I have done with just to check you whether you are remembering the coding or not. Just who all found that mistake, comment as a yes sir, I found it. Just comment like this. Here I have missed to write a void main function. If you are aware of this mistake in the sense, that's fine. I am happy for that one. Let us go to discuss the traversal operation with this example. How this example, sir? Tell me how this example will be related with the traversal operation in the sense. Here I have taken the topic or a program to input and output the elements of an array, where traversal means just a visiting, just a processing each node on the array. Processing in the sense that may be input, that may be output, that may be a manipulation, that may be addition, that may be a subtraction, that it is a just processing. And in that processing we have to visit each element at least once. At least once we have to visit. I am going to visit each element through input and output at least once. Then let us come to the point. For every programming, C++ programming, it is necessary to include a processor. The preprocessor directives starts the hash and having the keyword include iostream.h, iomanip.h and phoneme.h. Which files? These are header files and responsible for particular operation on a C++. Void main function refers to the starting of a main function of an C++ program, and then for inputting and outputting the elements of an array we need an array and a variable n, and for running the for loop I is a variable. Here I have mentioned a of 10, that is array named A can store maximum 10 number of elements in it. Within that 10 we can use whatever the numbers, how many numbers you want you can use. And I always the for loop index or else a for loop variable should be in a integer type, and n is the number of variables or number of elements, how many elements you want to take in the array in the sense that will be stored through the n. Clear screen function to clear or to clean or to erase previous output on the output screen of the C++. Then cout how many elements, that is it is asking the value of n, how many elements, input the value for n. Then cout enter the elements. For entering the elements, as you know, it is a continuous storage, array is a continuous storage, so continuously we have to enter. If you want to continuously enter the elements into the array in the sense, we use a for loop. For that, enter the elements for I is equal to 0. I is equal to 0 because array index starts with 0. I have taken n, I is less than n, because it will start from 0 and ends at n minus 1. So I is less than n in the sense it will stop at n minus 1. I plus plus. I plus plus in the sense I is equal to I plus 1. Plus 1 is incremented in each loop address. See out set W for A of I. Whatever the input values you have this one you have given here for this one, just you need to write a before C out you need to mention a C in, and for C in no need of a set W, no need of a set W. As before this one you need to mention C out array elements representation, that's the output array elements slash n I will give you for next line. Again for loop I is equal to 0, same loop I is less than n, I plus plus. Now you have to write a C out here. C out in the sense it will displace set W for A of I. Array subscript should be in these brackets. Get ch function and the program. This is for input and this code is for input and this code is for output. Right. So C in set W, no need of set W, just AI, input the values of AI for up to while running a for loop. After that C out, it will displace the array elements slash n. For I is equal to 0, I is less than I plus plus, it will runs the loops up to the array elements, and set W will gives you the gap between each elements of an array. This is an example of an traversal in an using the array for input and outputting the elements of an array. This is the example. This is all about today's class. We have discussed about the operation traversal of an array. In the next class, we are going to discuss another operations on an array. And this algorithm seems to be easy when you listen properly. And you have to write and practice to remember. These algorithms are very important. For 5 marks and 3 marks, they may ask the algorithm to write on examinations. And you have a 2 5 marks question on this chapter and 1 3 marks. You will definitely one algorithm for 5 marks will be asked in an examination. One algorithm will be asked. That may be on arrays, that may be on stacks, that may be on queues, that may be on linked list like that. Traversal is one of the algorithm on arrays. Right. Just write the algorithm, traversal algorithm, write the example program and send to the WhatsApp. And don't forget to comment for this one error. We have just observed and came into the mind. Yes, there is a mistake of a word name. Just comment as a yes sir, I found it. Thank you. We will meet on the next video class.